Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Timberborn, where things are looking pretty cool. Got the baseline plan for this, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to actually keep playing with all of this, and I'm kind of stuck. You can tear all this out and go up another 2 layers or something like that, and then that'd probably be a good idea. And then that can be where all the bad water runs and does all the things. And I think that's probably where I'm going to end up going. So that doesn't mean tearing all this out. That means just tearing this out, putting this as another line up, and then going up probably 2 levels from here, having a bunch of situations running back and forth around this situation. Or a bunch of systems built on top of this to allow for me to put more of the metal platforms on top of those, so I could just have this all stacked on top of this area, right? And that should work, and I don't think that that'd be too much of a pain. The biggest problem is just gaining access to all the points of interest, or points where they can actually do the building and putting all the things in. So that's something I'm going to think about today. I think I will get to that and start letting them actually start placing some of these items in, so we can start getting this process moving, because this entire process is going to take a hot minute. Each and every one of these blocks is going to take a piece of metal. Each and every one of the platforms is going to take even more metal, and metal takes a long time to maneuver around because it's heavy and the beavers can only carry so much. So this is probably going to have to expand. We're going to need some more storage for metal blocks over here, and of course we're going to have to get all of our smelters running in a better way as well. So getting some more of our timber bots in here, getting haulers moving all the scrap metal in and out, so that can go a little bit faster. So that's going to be a requirement. Additionally, I want to expand our housing a little bit. I want to get some beavers in to help with the hauling and help with all the menial tasks like running the farms and running all the rest of the wood chopping stations and all of those fun things. So that's one of the things that we're going to work on today. And of course I need to fix this, because I can't have water flooding our entire colony every time there's a temperate cycle. So as a temporary fix until all of this gets in, which they did do a portion of it already, which is fantastic, until that gets all put in and we can have even more storage for water back here, which I don't think will actually alleviate the problem that we have, but it will give us a larger pool of water to pull from, which is good, but that doesn't quite solve our problem. I am going to come over here, going to tear out a few of these places and put in some dams as opposed to levees, so that any of the overflow can go off the backside and we don't run into the situation like we did last time. So all of this flooded, and it led to me making the terrible decision of opening those sluice gates, which let out way too much water, thus leading us into this situation where we have a bit less water than anticipated at the end of this drought that we're currently in. There are 3 days left in this drought, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem for us, but I would like to not run into that problem again. Additionally, I don't remember my 4th priority. I was sitting here thinking about how I wanted to run on this, but, well, I've already forgotten, and that means it's time to hit the play button. So let's go ahead and get things moving. Let the beavers do beavery things, and we're going to get out of that view right there, and we're going to unpause a couple of these positions, and I wanted to swap this over to bots so that we can get some beavers in here to do things for us, because we are running out of our extract. By running out, I mean we're out. We've got 37. We have 37 units of extract available, and that's not conducive to doing the things that we want to do, especially when it comes to anything back here. All of this requires extract and various other requirements that have been popping up. All right, so we do have a mass injury problem that's causing consternation for me. I'm not too excited about that, but hopefully we can get that rectified. We are slowly maneuvering all of the bio beavers out of positions where they can get injured, so that's good, that's helpful, but all of this needs to go a little bit faster. I don't have the science for this, so that probably means we're going to need to expand our science production, which is going to pull away from our haulers currently have 31 haulers running around, so that's not too much of a problem for us, but I do want to have more. So I am going to do that. That means coming up here, and we'll just sneak in this way. I want to take advantage of this whole area back here, and this can be a little housing area. And we can have somebody come in and tear down all these logs for us. Not that button. I want this button. There we go. And that shouldn't be too much of an ask. I did look to see that we are actually getting in a better position as far as our planks and our gears are concerned. So we can actually start slowly replacing some of these today as well. But that's going to be very low on the priority list because the power seems to be doing okay for now. Since we've got this whole system in, which is providing 46,000 units of power for us, which is a fair bit better than the 32. So we've got an additional 14,000 horsepower per hour available to us as saved as potential energy. So that is good. And these are, at least the last time I checked, not quite keeping up with the demand. But when the wind is fully blowing, the demand is being met, sort of. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we don't run into an issue where this is completely out of power again, because I don't want to necessarily have to come up here and do all this again. But we might do that in the end anyway, just because, well, this is not exactly meeting all of the requirements for our guys. Now, these guys don't need to be in here right now because they can't reach anything, in the same for those guys right there. I did notice that all of this is in, so that's cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this boom button because I like the big explosion, and that shouldn't block any of the water that we're going to need to gain access to. So that'll be a good chunk of change right there. We could get in here, clean some of this up, and that wouldn't be too hard of an ask for us. But I think for now we're okay. Now let's go ahead and do this over here. We'll go ahead and rip out, I think 5 should be good. So we'll get some of that lumber back, which isn't the best, but we do need to get over here. And I just remembered that this isn't exactly the smartest idea. So I have seen it not work appropriately in the past, where this whole having your dams on the edge of the map actually doesn't prevent the outflow of any of the water. So it actually just keeps flowing out, which isn't good. It's kind of a waste of water, so we don't want that to happen here now, do we? We want all of the water to go where we want it to go, which is in our reservoir here. So that will be one of the things that we need them to work on today, and they're going to continue working on this because this is the priority as far as the placement time is concerned. So that's cool. Now this was all set to lower priority, and don't know. Yeah, all of that set to lower priority, and that is set to the normal priority, but they haven't gotten over here because of all of this stuff was already placed before any of that. So we'll let that continue to work on in the background, and we can look at some of the other things that we need to be doing. Probably bumping this as a priority so that we can get up here and work on expanding our beaver population. This is a nice little nook here for us to put in some more buildings and more stuff for all of our beavers to do wonderful things. So once that gets all torn out, we can get in here and just blast these down, and then we just have our pathing run along. So we're gonna have a series of double dynamite and single dynamite, so we can have more of like the inset that we have right here instead of building stairs up to our housing. I think that'd be cool, you know. Inset housing looks pretty neat. And then we could build some storage and stuff on top of that as well, and just have a series of platforms running along so we can have more food storage over here, which you can never have enough food. And definitely you can never have enough water. So we'll probably get that in there. Slowly but surely we'll work that way. You have an additional 2 bots that have just popped in to actually help us out here, so that's good. Power, how are we doing? 18 out of 2200. That's not great, but it's moving positively. All right, so I think what we need to do actually is get over here, because the power situation is mildly concerning for me, and I don't want to play with that all day. So let's go ahead and fix that. Probably get back in here and add a few more of these windmills, which probably will do anyway. I have the capacity to do so. That shouldn't cause any problems, and I can't put any down here. I could, but I can't really feed the power up and in very easily. Now we can come up in here, and that's just going to say it's too far, can't work. Once they get those stairs in, they should have plenty of access to do that, and they can reach that one because the path is over there. That's why that turned green, but I think that should be a fair amount of windmills. Probably too much. We probably don't have the actual capacity as far as our material is concerned to build all that, but we'll get there eventually. Probably on the other side of this little nub, we can throw in some additional lumber mills as well as some gear workshops, which wouldn't be that big of an ask, but we are again running into a deficit as always, because we had a minor little passing of the beaver torch to the next generation that just occurred. So that's sad. You hate to see it. All right, we did lose a couple bots, or one is popping in and out. I'm not entirely sure what's causing that to happen. So let's see here. We can replace Emily Bunny there with Timberbot 6. So the things, yeah, see, as soon as I get that in there, oh, we have 2 incapacitated. That's what's happening. They're running out of fuel. Why are you running all the way over here to get fuel there, bud? There's fuel right here. There's a metric poop ton of biofuel right there. All right. Well, let's fix that. So let's just put little biofuel tanks all about the cabin. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why you're out here. Remember about 2-3. Like, why are you pathing to the opposite end of the world to go and get some biofuel? Interesting. Okay, well, then maybe I need to put in some more. Let's rectify that. I'm not sure if that's going to help out too much with that one right there, but we can throw in a few. Oh, give me. Oh, I can't place that there. Yeah, because of that. Okay, cool. Not really going to help out too much, but we can put that there without any issue. And I don't care to do any of that. How are we doing water-wise? This is moving in. We are on day 2 of our temperate cycle, so that's cool. This is moving in slowly. Going actually pretty well. The problem is we're running out of extract now. I need to make sure that those guys have all the assistance they need, which they do not. So we'll make sure that they get some help rolling logs in, rolling all of the bad water in. That will be helpful. We have 2 flooded buildings. That's anticipated. We need to unpause these 2, because that's where all of the water is going to be coming in from for the next little bit. And we'll unpause that one. Okay, that's good. We're still doing decent on our water reserves are concerned. We still have 2,000 units to fill. I think that's a fair portion of that is down here. So that's 900 there. That's another, so that's 1,800 units. So that hasn't been filled in yet. That's why that's like that. I could probably tear this out now. I honestly think that wouldn't be a problem. Throw in a few more of these large tanks, since they take up a lot less real estate and they actually provide a huge or an abundance of water storage capacity, which is great. But I don't think I'm quite ready for that. Again, we're running into an issue where materials are a problem. Okay, so we've got 3 days until this drought kicks off. That means that we need to get over here and actually accomplish this. So this is going to be a max priority because I want to save as much of this water as possible. This one could be a long one, and I don't like long droughts. You know, it's not good for my health. It's not good for the beaver's health. So we need to prepare for that as best as we can. This is nearly done, though. Wow. So if we could get these last few dynamite in, which they should be able to accomplish relatively easily. Okay, so I thought that that said that they can reach that. Okay, they can reach all of this, right? Yes. Sweet. Maybe I need to put in more builders' huts. I've only got the two. Well, the one builder's hut and then the one district center. So that's not exactly providing enough builders for us, especially when we're talking about doing a huge project over there. That might be a good idea to expand that. So I will do that. It's in here, builder's hut. Where can we find a nice spot for that? I don't want to take the green space right there. Same for that. Come on, game, keep up with me. I believe in you. So get that in there. That's probably going to be a moderate bump. This shouldn't take too... Well, it is going to take a minute because I don't have a storage over here for lumber. So let's get that. We'll make this a high priority. We'll hit the obtain button, and that should make them get over there and do that relatively quickly. Gonna change this one to bots as opposed to bio beavers, which would be good. And let's take a look at our material. Okay, not quite ready for all that storage. I know in the last episode I said I was going to do storage up here, but I kept staring at all of the materials that we have on hand, specifically planks. Since each one of these takes like 90 planks or 80 planks, I didn't think that the juice was worth the squeeze to try and get that in there. And that on top of trying to build each and every one of these, which takes 40 additional planks, I don't think that we were quite to the point where we could do that. This is not good. But there are 14 explosives in here, and there's 9 extract in there. That we've got probably enough to finish these right here. 3, that's 7, 9. So 9 explosives. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 explosives. All right, so this isn't good. Okay. You guys put this in yet? No, you did not. Why aren't you guys putting that in? You're going to finish this before you even touch this. Okay, fine. I know why they didn't put that in, because that was max priority competing with max priority. So that's on me. But they got that accomplished. So that means we're not going to be burning any water unnecessarily off this back end. So that's helpful. We're also not going to run into a situation where we're flooding everywhere. So that's helpful. That's good. That's really, really good. I'm very happy about that. Now, I think we could probably save on this beaver position right here now. Right? Because we have this system in right now. And that will let water in when it drops below the 0.9 mark. And the same thing... Well, not the same thing, but it's the same thing over here, right? So as long as there's water in this system back here, then we can actually provide enough enough irrigation for all that stuff back there. So let's go ahead and max prioritize this because I want to get it accomplished as soon as possible. They're already working on it. This is just to make me feel better about being directive as opposed to being reactive, right? I made myself sad. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be all right. Okay. What are you doing? Why are you hauling things? I am... What are you building? What are you hauling? Are you... No. You're not a builder. Where are you going, bud? All of these are prioritized by haulers. So it says you're unemployed. Timberborn 9. 12, 8, 6, 1, 14, 2. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's up to. Where are you going, bud? Where are you going? What are you doing with your life? So you are quite literally running up there to drop a log off into that, but I don't have a single hauling post that's Do the district sitters count as hauling posts too? What is going on here? Okay. Whatever. That's done, so that's good. 21 days on this drought. That's not too painful. Didn't necessarily get to the point where I could blow this up over here, which kind of stinks a lot. This would have been a fair bit of water that we could have saved up, and all of this. Not a lot of it went off the back end because we've seen that there's not too much for the temperate cycle as far as this reservoir saving water is concerned. I didn't actually save any water back in here though, which is not good. It's not good at all, and I wish I had actually done that. Okay. We got 21 days. I think it's time to start doing this. Why are you guys running? Okay, you're doing that. That's allowable. Okay. I think what I need to do is do something like this. So if I do not doubles, triples down here like that, they should be able to reach all of that without any issue. And then doubles there, and then singles. Well, if this were not on a double platform and that was a single platform, that'd be helpful. But they can already reach that. The question is, can they reach this next? Yes, they should be able to reach that. Can they reach that, though? Yes, it says they can. Okay, cool. And the same thing for that side. It is helpful, but we can give them a little bit of assistance to get over there. And so we can grab that path right there, pull that in and across. Let's drop this down layer-wise a bit. And that should let us get in and build all of that. That won't take too long, hopefully. Why do we have 8 flooded buildings? Or pull that back up. 8 flooded buildings. That's 2, and then the other 4 or 3. Okay, yep, that's cool. Don't need that there anymore. And those 2 I can just pause so we don't get the flooded building notification. This is all in. I do need to tear out these stairs so that they can actually finish placing all that, but I think I missed a spot right there. So let's go ahead and check that. That's triple dynamite. Throw in 1 triple dynamite right there. Give that a priority bump so that can get accomplished. Then we can tear out the stairs and do the same thing. Sweet. Cool beans. Cool story, bro. Go ahead and path over just so that we can... No, I don't want that there. Why am I doing ridiculous things with my life? Okay, not a path there. We'll path on this side. Path this way. And we'll have to tear that path out in order to accommodate all of the power transfer across. Probably even throw in a few more. Shouldn't be a problem. Or at least 1 more there. There we go. Power, how are we doing? We're still... Okay, so we're exceeding in the night as far as power generation is concerned, because half of these are still being run by bio beavers. That one's run by bio beavers. That one is... That is. So the heavy hitters that are pulling 200 horsepower aren't working in the middle of the night, so that's kind of helpful. You're still at 89%. Get somebody to come help you out with that. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so this is done. That's great. This is nearing completion. They already got that in. Sweet. Let's go ahead and tear out this set of stairs. We'll put in our double dynamite and our double dynamite there. Yeah, they can reach that. So that's good. Shouldn't be a problem. We'll give that a priority bump so they can come clean that up so I don't lose any logs and or planks. We have 3 bots or beavers running around with nothing to do on their hands, which is is not what we like to see. Let's check all the farmhouses to make sure that those are appropriately staffed. Realize that I got all of this accomplished and I didn't actually finalize any of this. So let's go ahead and start tossing in some explosives. That's a triple there. This is double dynamite here. And I think that will be a single right here. We'll do singles here for the path. Doubles here for 2 more housing blocks. Is that 3 or 2? Oh, there, that's not supposed to be a double. It's supposed to be single. There we go. Okay. That's that side. So this will face this way, this will face this way, face this way. That will be a path right there. Face that way. We'll face this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be a path right here. Sweet. And that means doubles in here. That'll take a second, but I will get that accomplished. So put in some more housing. Probably not going to put in all of that housing in one single sweep or one fell swoop, because that's a lot of housing. That's a huge beaver population explosion, which I think we could handle with the amount of water and the food that we have on hand, but I don't want to run into a problem. So I'm going to avoid that in any way I can. I'm going to prioritize this real quick so get more water storage. Constantly fighting that battle. Cool. This is slowly going in. Wow, they've already got that metal platform almost complete. How are we doing on metal blocks? We're out. Okay. Scrap we're doing all right on. But if we can help that out a little bit, that'd be helpful. And it might be time to turn it. Don't think we have the bots available to do this. That might mean turning that back into bio beavers, and the same there. And I don't care for the explosives, but I do kind of care for the gears. And paper, probably not so much. Don't want to burn the 1,000 because I do want to replace this. That's a huge beaver injuring factory right there. I want to replace that sooner rather than later. I think we're okay on explosives. Timberbot. That's all Timberbot. Need a few more to actually validate turning on one of these. Oh, it's competing priority for one of the hauling posts. That's why that happened. Okay. So I'd rather have some builders as opposed to haulers right now, because we've got a metric poop ton of haulers and not so many in the builder category. That's in, so that's good. And now we can tear this out and put in our single dynamite right here. Of course, it places it up there as opposed to over here, so we can't actually get access to this. And I'm not going to waste stairs to get up there to get stair material. That's fine. Go ahead and destroy these. Destroy that. And have them come over here and clean up some of this mess. But I want this to be a priority so that we can get this accomplished as soon as possible. Now we have 6 bots running around doing nothing. How did that happen? Oh, we had a bunch of bots out of fuel. That probably explains that. Yeah. Darn it. Don't we have a bunch of fuel depots up here? I do. They're not getting... Well, they are getting filled fast. It's just that these guys are going out of their way, not refueling on... Okay, so let's follow Timberbot 1.5. Let's see where 1.5 runs off to. What position are you going to take over once you make it home? Man, he is zooming. He is zooming something fierce. Okay. He's lost. He has no job. So he just randomly decided to go haul something over there. I think. I'm not quite sure. Okay, well, we can replace 2 of those positions. Cool. Cool story, bro. Sif. Let's go ahead and go on these over here. We got a couple of these in. That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. We're now officially out of metal blocks. So that's great. That's really, really cool. They are putting in this. That's got an additional... Yeah, we're going to have to expand our smelters. Melting capacity is 3 is... Or 2. 3? Yeah, 3 is definitely not going to be enough. Keep up with the demand. And power is draining precipitously. That's not conducive. Okay, so power... Need this rectified. Cool. Go ahead, bump this priority-wise. I think they can reach this. They can. They've already put the stuff in. They just haven't built it yet. The same thing for this. Okay, well, they're being quasi-productive, going back and forth between the 2 jobs. I think that's just an access point thing. If they don't have a way to gain access to it, they'll find another position or another job that's in the queue or priority queue. So that's smart. S-M-R-T. I say smart. All right. Get that a priority bump. That can get accomplished. And let's see how this is coming along. I would like them to actually focus on building these platforms that can down in here and do all of these things. They can gain access to this back here. Oh, it's got little nubs like that. That's pretty neat. Question is, can you guys reach this? You can reach that one. You guys cannot reach that one, so I'm going to have to give you access to that. And the same thing for that one, too. Okay, that's fine. Get that figured out. You guys, can you guys do this one, actually? Let's go ahead and green that up. Completely green it up. There we go. Do I care to do this now? Probably not. I can. It's an easy thing to come back to just rip this portion out, put in a series of, or just close it, just permanently close it, right? Huh. I'm gonna have to test that out. So I'm looking at right now. Close above downstream depth. I think that might actually give us the ability to do what I was thinking about early on in the playthrough, right? Having all the aqueducts running through, like overhead, and then just having a series of waterfalls into all the pools and everything. I think that'd be really, 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 really cool. That's going to take a lot of material, a lot of time, effort, and stuff that we don't necessarily have, but I think it'd be really cool. All right, let's attach these 2 right here and attach this one right here and do the same thing right here. Give that a priority bump. Don't recall what I gave this priority over here. Should be just a normal priority. Yeah. Probably give this a max priority because I need the power. I need the power. Sweet. We can just feed this power in over here, or we can just drop that down and around and throw it around town, as SpongeBob would like to say, you know? Okay, so that's the drop. And then that can be... Oh, I need to go up one more. Okay. Is that actually going to allow me to do that? I don't think it will. Yeah, it's not going to. Okay, cool. Yeah, I should have thought about that. That's fine. Yeah, I'll have to feed that in over here. That's an easy fix. Okay, so let's fix it. Instead of staring at it awkwardly. So that goes there. Go ahead and grab this. Pull that over here. And then once these get built, especially this one, we can get that in and connected and then break this out because this is currently providing our power for our systems, which is not quite. Okay, see, when all of them are going, we get a lot of energy. And then that can all go right back into the batteries. See, look at them shoot up, man. That's beautiful to see, but it takes so long. It takes the longest. Okay. It's okay. Things are happening. And since the power is blowing right now, I can go ahead and replace that. Put in this triple and give that a max priority. Get that accomplished, get that out of the way so that we don't have to be concerned about all of that. Probably drop this priority-wise. Give that a priority bump there. This has to get done just in case the wind stops blowing here in a second and we lose all this access to all this power that we're generating. You don't want to see that. Okay, so we can connect these two like so. And that will provide us another, what do we say, 1200 horsepower, which would be great. We have 4 additional timber bots running around without something to do. I really don't think that those guys were all built in this time frame. Something tells me that they weren't. But they're no longer out of fuel, so that means they can get back to work, which means we can do productive things with them, and that means now we have, I think, not quite the capacity to get in here and do this, but we can turn that one on. That would be even more for us. Still haven't even filled any or all of these yet, but that's okay. Now, oh yeah, the fourth thing that I wanted to do, I just now remembered. I wanted to expand our food production capacity as far as like our maple pastries are concerned, because we only have 3 maple pastries. And that's this guy. He's making them as fast as he can, but they're eating them as fast as they can too. So you see the problem here? So we can go ahead and help out with that. We've already got the infrastructure in place already, so that'd be a problem to do. Go ahead and swap this over to maple pastries and probably do the same thing for... Or do we want cattail crackers? How are we doing crackers? We're fine on that. So, more maple pastries. I'm not going to give that a priority bump, but that can work itself out one way or another. This all got connected and it is running like a champ. I need you guys to connect this because that's an additional 600 units of power that's not actually getting into the system, which is not good. Nobody likes to have wasted power here, guys, especially me. Should have no problem making those connections. Okay, cool. Let's check on this over here. They got those platforms in, so that means they have access to all of that stuff, which is fantastic. They did start throwing in all of these things, which is really good too. They are slowly tossing in the sluice gates now, and they have all the materials right here. I don't know quite why they're doing things poorly like that, but okay. I still haven't solved the problem with the metal block. I'll wait on blowing that up until the end of this drought. See here, more smelters. Do we put more smelters on this side? I think the answer is yes. Yes. Let's see here. That's a metal. That's smelter right there. Go and flip that around. Cost 2 in, 3 in. Why not? That will provide us 1 every 4 hours, right? Yeah. 1 every 4 hours. That's 3 every 4 hours. Which, if we have bots to toss in there, that's what, 5, 6 per day? Isn't that bad? We can give them little tanks here, or a little tank here. Actually, might as well just do 1 each. Why not? We'll do biofuel. We'll do 1 for catalyst. Is I think about time to be pulling that out, and then we'll do small storage for scrap metal, like so, and probably actually one of these needs to be logs because they need logs in order to do all the things. But I can fit that back into here like that. Grab a little pathy path, go like that, and boom, logs, and should be it, right? All right, let's give this a priority. Boom. Over the tiny things in the background, because I need that to be done before I can finish the rest of this, right? You probably could finish these sluice gates and everything. Just wish they would pull from here as opposed to anywhere else. It's not prioritized. It is prioritized. We just don't have anyone running water up here. Where are they taking those metal blocks? Okay, they're taking them there. Tank. Fine. All required materials. It's going to say the same thing there. It's okay. I'll allow that to continue working slowly in the background. As long as I don't completely take them away from doing all of that. Don't think that'd cause a problem for us, but I'll keep that in the back of my mind. I want that to continue working. I don't want it to constantly fall behind in the priority list. That also means stuff like this isn't going to get accomplished in the next gajillion years, which probably means I need to give this at least one of them a priority bump. I do need this as a priority because we do need the metal, and the metal is holding us back, right? We have 1Z, 2Z popping up, and each and every one of these things takes 90. And each of these little impermeable barriers take 90, or take 1 as well. So that's not good. I don't know if I need this to be 2 or 3 wide. Something tells me I might need to have it 3 wide in order to not flood everything, because that is... I'm taking a 4 wide and I'm turning it into a 3 wide, right? That shouldn't cause a problem, but I want to pull it down to a 2 so I can save a little bit of material on the impermeable floors. But it's only 1 metal block. But then again, it's not really... I don't like it. Okay, I'll put it back. Wish I had another use for this in here. What can I can't really put any more water wheels in there. I could expand it 1 more out, right? With the overhangs. That's gonna take a lot more. It's gonna take a bunch of material to actually get that accomplished. Don't know if I care to do that. The question is, should I have built all of this with overhangs as opposed to these platforms? Right? Maybe I should have. Let's see. Let's do some quick math. So a 1x5 is 10 metal blocks. There's a bunch of logs and planks. But I'd be able to create a 5x5 with 50 metal blocks as opposed to 90, but I'd have to use a lot of logs and planks. I don't know. I'm not sure which. I think in the long run, it evens out because of the time it would take to produce the 150 planks and produce the 150 logs equals out to the difference of the 40 metal blocks. Maybe? Maybe. I don't know if I could do that math. Actually, well, we could do some quick maths, right? So they could produce one plank every 1.3 hours. Why do I feel like that's a little slower than normal? No, that's right. And then every... I feel like that is slower than normal. Why is that slower than normal? Yeah, 1.3 hours. Did they increase the timeline? Or is that because I'm looking at the basic lumber mill as opposed to the super Gucci one that the Iron Teeth have? I think those guys have two beavers that can run that, and that means it goes a little bit faster, so maybe that's what I'm thinking about. No power. I do need to run power down in there. It shouldn't be too much of an ask. Needs to be a timber bot. That needs to be a timber bot. Need to run power down and around town. Yes, while that is running, I can come in here, delete that. I should just make this a 4-way because I don't know if I'm going to run power anywhere else. Get that a max priority to get that accomplished as possible. Did they get this built? They did. Let's go ahead and prioritize that power so that Augustus here, Augie, can get some assistance. That's always helpful. Let's help Augie out. Hey, you guys don't need to be in there right now, though. There's no power. No power. Hey, how do I want to finagle this around? So let's see here. Power. Turn that. No. Yes. Yeah, let's turn that up there. Go ahead and grab this. So it's going to be up, turned. Turn, turn, turn. Give me a bunch of turns, then we can drop down there, drop down and over. And then give this a priority bump because that needs to get accomplished. We need the power in order to accomplish all this stuff over here. So that's up. And then this goes over. And then we do turn, turn. Yeah. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Get that over there like so. Put this in like that. Do the same thing there. Then we hit that button. This button, actually. There we go. Then this button. Connect all this up. Realize that you didn't actually rotate that. And bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Prioritize all that yet again because now it's ready for all the things, and they should have no issue building all of those things because it's on top of platforms and we're not blocking access to anything. This might cause a problem down here, but we can tackle that if we that situation. But for now, I think we're looking good. I do not know why that's there, but I think I wanted biofuel here, and let's give that a priority bump. That's all in. Don't have any extract being produced, but that's because I don't have anybody actually producing extract because that's that button right there. refinery, who takes and makes catalyst. How do we make catalyst? I think that was in science. Okay, let's look. Maple syrup and extract. How are we doing on extract? 500 units of extract. Not bad. We're not quite keeping... Well, what is the demand for extract? Right? What is the demand for extract? You don't use extract. You don't use it. Refinery doesn't use it. The only thing using extract, the explosives that I'm moving? I think it is. For now. Okay, so we can probably tack on a refinery on the end of this. Maybe. It wouldn't be that bad or too hard to accomplish. I did make this 4-way, so I could drop that power line right there and get a refinery in here. But I don't want to mess with that area. But then again, I need to mess with that area. Erg. Problems. So many problems. All right, let's just see if we can fit that in here. Like that. Yeah, that fits. Sweet. That means that I want you to rotate like that, you to have that right there, and you to be connected for free, like so. I don't think they can... Oh, they can reach that. Hopefully from the corner there. I don't know, but we'll let that go. Go ahead and swap this over to bots. Have them make some catalyst. We've got a fair bit of maple syrup now. And we could probably open up another storage container for maple syrup because we've got so much here. Yeah. So let's do that. Just gonna eat through our metal blocks. If they can pre-position, pre-can all of the things. Go ahead and set that, and that's just gonna be a supply button there as well. You are sat on your bum because you're full of chestnuts, because I don't have a place to store any additional chestnuts. Because I don't have the planks in order to do all that, to asphyxiate all that. So that's on me. You're supposed to be biofuel. Yep. And that's an obtain button there. Cool. No good selected. Supposed to be biofuel. Obtain. A. Out. Injured. Construction lacks materials. Yep, that's everything that requires all the metal blocks, which are currently waiting on all of this to be ready. Do we have power? We have power. Changing hands. We could turn these on and not burn our bio beavers. See here. Can we give this a priority bump? That should pull from one of these positions. Actually, let's do that. Leave that like so. So this one, or the building positions, they can drop a little bit. I'm not too upset and or concerned about that. I do need the metal blocks though. Need you guys to bring me the metal blocks here though, so I don't have to have my little timber bots running around. Give these a priority boost so that can help out as well, and that will be glorious. Have they touched this yet? No, they have not. I think they're still working on this over here, which isn't a problem for me. That is really good because that's going to be even more power for us. Of course, none of this is connected back here now, so let's go ahead and connect all that. Sweet. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Shouldn't cause a problem for us to hit that boom right there. Beautiful. I love good explosion in the morning. It just makes me so happy. Cool. That's done. That's done. We could probably unpause these two here shortly. But we're doing fairly well on the water side. We've got still these guys down here left to fill up. And all 4 of these are still max capacity. Sweet. Let's see. While we've got everything working in the background, of course, when I click the well-being button, everything pauses, so that doesn't allow for anything to work in the background. Mildly annoying, but it's okay. We can take a look at some of the things. So maybe we could pull down some of the work time and get some more campfires built and get some more rooftop terraces in. Because that's the only way that we can get any of that actually accomplished, is putting the things in and reducing the work time for them to go out and do the things. And with all the primary positions being accomplished by Timberbots now, that shouldn't be that hard. Passive things like aesthetics really should be easy. We just need to put more aesthetic stuff around. Once we're back in the positive for our planks, we can get in more braziers of bonding. Not going to touch the Fountain of Joy for a minute because that takes a lot of material, and the same thing for the Earth Recultivator. That takes a metric poop ton of material. Detailer, we could do. Lido, we could throw in more. And again, I think that's the active, the fun things require them to have a bit more time on their hands. So maybe we could drop the work hours to 14 instead of 16. And books. Books take a lot. A lot. Don't know if we're ready for books yet. I don't know if Book is ready for books yet. You know, she's probably like, oh my goodness, Shadow's gonna make new book things. Speaking of, is Bookaholic in here? Bookaholic, are you hiding in here? I don't know why I scrolled past all of the bees to look for Bookaholic. But there's Bookaholic. Look at her. Look at her. Does she have a social life? Barely. Book, I'm gonna need you to work on your social life here. You're kind of letting me down here, friend. I need you to go out, meet new people, you know? Do something fun and exciting with your time instead of just staring at books all day. So lazy. Is so lazy. All right, that's all connected. Get this connected here. Once we have those 4 in, then we can rip that path out right now. And go ahead and rip that path out now. Shouldn't take them but a few seconds. And as long as, well, let's just let them do that. Once they get that accomplished, then we can actually do the other things. Okay, that's waiting on logs. Still waiting on logs. So you're a builder. You're running and you're placing things down. Okay, I'll allow it. Can you do you, boo? Scrap metals rolling in. How's your productivity? 68, 74, 66. Okay, so I need to give them storage. Oh, pardon me. I give them storage for all of the metal blocks as well. I could be able to fit that in right now. Let's go 2. Right there and hit the storage button. There we go. Metal blocks. And this can be a supply, so the haulers will come in and pull that and move that wherever it needs to go. Probably right here, and then wherever else it needs to go on top of that. Sweet. We're on the last 2 days of this drought. It's very exciting. That means here soon we'll be able to blast this out and store even more water. It'll be great. It'll be beautiful. It'll be so much water. We'll have so much water I won't even know what to do with my hands. Okay? It'll be great. It'll be glorious. It'll be amazing. Can we get... How are we doing on this back here, actually? So we have finished all of that. We are putting in the levees. We are slowly finishing out. Okay. Well, that's not bad. They're being productive. They got one of the water wheels in. Now, hold the phone. How did they build that? Can they build those underneath? I am curious. It says they could do it. The only thing is it just says that it didn't have the required materials. Huh. Okay, I assume that they had to actually place the impermeable floors down before they could actually build the water wheels. Interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Okay, well, I'm not complaining. I do need to get down here somehow and provide them the capacity or the ability to do things. Don't care about that. Go ahead and do that like so. And I think you can path on this. Can. So I'll put that in so they can gain access to all that. And this, of course, means I can do that all the way around here and do the same thing down here. Actually, I don't think that that was necessary, so go ahead and rip that out. Because they do have access down here. Allegedly. What are you waiting on? 45 more. Did I math that correctly? 35 more iron blocks. But those are getting cranked out now. So we have 3 additional smelters running. That's great. Beautiful. Not running at peak efficiency, so I'm going to hit the prioritize by haulers. And probably hit this button right there to get that accomplished. Because the materials are right there, guys. They're quite literally right there. You don't have to do too much to do the things. At all, really. You just have to grab it, you gotta slap it down, and then boom, you just hit it with your hammer. See, how hard was that, guys? It wasn't that hard now, was it? Alright, 0.2 days remaining. This is all in. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this button right here. But it's gonna be beautiful. Let's go ahead. We're gonna pause things and we're gonna hit the detonate button. Arm all this because I love a good explosion. Do it. And boom and kaboom. Oh, that's what that sound is. That's the sound of the path getting destroyed. It's actually pretty funny. Sweet. That's water storage in there for us. Yep. And that should reach over this, and that will cause... That'll be great. Got 0.1 days. That will turn into even more. Look, we didn't even dent into... Or fully dent this. Like, put a dent into this. That's how that turn phrase is supposed to work. Get this 3 times speed. We'll get over the last 0.1 days, and I think that's where we'll call it, guys. Let this slowly fill up. We got this started, so that's good. We got our first impermeable floor in. That's cool. Right there. We got a couple of our blocks in, so that's good. We got some metal platforms going. This one's waiting on last 19 metal blocks, which will take some time. Last 15, 16 metal blocks. That's fine. They'll slowly find its way in there. And yeah, I'm liking it. We're almost to the point where we could save water in here during a bad tide. All of that impermeable flooring needs to go in this last... This one needs 23... Yeah, 23 more metal blocks. Which shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Potentially. We'll keep an eye on it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll let all of that happen in the background slowly but surely. Get in here. Hopefully they can get these levees put in here shortly. I'm not sure why they're not focusing on that, but that's okay. So that's good. We got water storage back in here accomplished. We got this in. so we don't flood anything, which is quite helpful. Don't know quite why all of that water is not filling in, but that's okay. This is still something I want to work on at some point. I want to get in here and I want to change this up somehow. Maybe. I'm not quite sure how I want to accomplish that, but it's something that I want to get over here. I want to fix some of this, but the main project is over here. That is the main project, and we'll let that continue working on the in the background. I know how to English language. Got some more power in, so that's good. That's fantastic. So I love to see that. Let's go ahead and connect these up before I forget to do that. Give that a max priority bump so we can have all of the power running. That's an additional 600. That's another 150. That one, that's another 200. Okay, so 282 for that one. That's now we're at 5,200 power. That's so much juice. That should keep or should refill this really quickly, hopefully. We'll let that happen slowly but surely. Timberbots are slowly moving in, and they're taking over all of the jobs, which is good. Still need to figure out why they're running all over God's creation to actually go do random things as opposed to, you know, staying where they're supposed to be and doing jobs where they're supposed to be doing jobs. Well, I think I know why this guy's out here, but there's metal blocks. Well, there's supposed to be metal blocks up here brought in by the haulers, so that's probably why that's happening. But that's on me. Well, that's cool. We clicked on this just as a metal platform was about to get accomplished. So let's go ahead and we'll let somebody come in and smack that a couple times, hopefully. And we'll go ahead and just watch that in real time. Maybe. Potentially. I'm Ron Burgundy. Okay, and there it goes. Nice little smack. That got done, and the metal platforms are rolling in, doing great things. It's gonna be amazing. I love to see it. We have water, we've got platforms, we've got power, so much power. Probably could replace a few more of these tiny ones with more power, but we're kind of skosh on the planks again. So we'll let that happen in the background slowly but surely. This is going in, so that's good. So that's going to be even more housing for us. I don't want to blow anything up yet because they need access to all of the things in order to do the things. So we'll let that continue to work, and I think that's where we'll call it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that like button. If you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate you if you do. We are so close. Or I guess we just hit the 500 mark. We're so close to 1,000 mark because we're halfway there, right? And we're living on a... well, I can't say that. Bon Jovi might hit me up or something. We don't want that. Stay in your lane, Bon Jovi. I'm watching you. You guys, appreciate you. Have a fantastic day wherever you're on the world. Make sure you guys keep yourselves nice and hydrated. Make sure your beaver is nice and hydrated. And, of course, stay thirsty, my friends. I'm out. See ya.